Welcome, middle school math made easy, simple visual math. We are continuing with probability of compound events by multiplying. Here I have laid out the steps, step 1, 2, and 3 on how to solve a problem when you're finding the probability of compound events. And this may look a little overwhelming. I have included the strategy of taking a shape, or if you are not on a computer, you can, this was printed out, you can just cover it up. And just focus on one step at a time. That is a good strategy to use so you don't get overwhelmed, because I have broken this up into steps. And let me just move this over because it looks like this is moving over. Okay, so if you like these types of worksheets with steps and visuals, and you think this would be helpful for you or your students, if you're a teacher, homeschool guardian, or just you as a student, then please click on the links below. Amazon, Teacher Pay Teachers. You get math worksheets with visuals. Give your students the supports they need. Follow me on Pinterest. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell. And let's jump into the problem. So I have covered up the steps, and we're just going to focus now on the first step. And we're going to read the problem. The problem says you spin the two spinners below, so we can't see the second spinner, but that's okay. The spinners have equal sections. What is the probability of spinning a D? So it should say A, D, not N. And spinning an odd number. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this up into two separate problems. We're first going to find the probability of spinning a D. For step 2, we're going to find the probability of spinning an odd number. And for step 3, since it says and, we're going to multiply our two answers from step 1 and step 2. So here, we are going to start with the first, for finding the probability of the first event. What is the probability of choosing a D? And this is the symbol, these are the symbols you're going to see. If it's asking you to find the probability of spinning a D, it may just write it like this, P parentheses D. So some students may think to put a D here. No, we're not doing that. Let me just write this down. This is wrong. Okay, this is wrong. What we are going to do is we're going to see how many D's there are, and since there is one D, we're going to put 1 here. Here on the bottom, we put the total. How many sections? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the probability of spinning a D would be 1 out of 4. Now I'm going to block this because I don't need to focus on this now. I did this step already, and I'm going to look at step 2. So for step 2, we're going to find the probability of spinning an odd number. So again, this is just using what we learned, finding probability of a simple event, of one event. Let me move that away so that you can see this. So step 2, find the probability of spinning an odd number. So here we have P of odd number. That's another way of saying find the probability of spinning an odd number. And here is the spinner. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, odd numbers, in case you don't know what an odd number is, it's a 1 is an odd number, 3 is an odd number, 5 is an odd number. Now, sometimes students will, okay, let me erase that so you can see that because it's not clear when I circled it. So what I have seen students do is sometimes a student will say, oh, 3 is an odd number, I'm going to put 3 here. No, we're not putting the odd numbers there. We're just going to see how many odd numbers there are, because that means it's possible to land on any of those odd numbers. So I see 1, 2, 3. 3 odd numbers. We write 3 on the top because we're putting the amount of odd numbers. Here, put the total number of sections. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 equal sections. Even if it doesn't look equal, it says here in the word problem that they are equal sections, so you assume that they are equal. And the probability is 3 out of 6. Or we can reduce this to 1/2. So now I'm going to look back at what I did for step 1 and look at what I did for step 2. And I'm going to do step 3, which is, since it says and, we are multiplying the probabilities. What is the probability of spinning a D and an odd number? And that symbol is here. So what we need to do is we need to take our answer from step 1 and our answer from step 2. Now you can write 3 over 6. 3 over 6 is equal to 1/2. And I'm just thinking where I have room for this. So I'm going to reduce this and I'm going to change it. Let me see if I can. Okay. I don't have room. I'm going to put it right here. Equals 1/2. And then I'm going to put that down. It's easier so this way I don't have to bother with reducing later on. So now I'm going to put 1/2. But if you put 3/6, you're just going to have to reduce later on. It's not wrong. 1 times 1 is 1. And 4 times 2 is 8. If you don't know how to multiply with fractions, and if you're able to use the calculator, then you can do that as well. They have a multiplying fractions calculator on the internet, or you can multiply with the decimals. So the probability of spinning a D in an odd number is 1 out of 8. I hope this was helpful for you, because probability can be very challenging, so I have broken it up into steps with visuals. To get more worksheets on different topics and this one, you can go to Amazon, Teacher Pay Teachers, all the links are below. Follow me on Pinterest. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get more videos like this. In Middle School Math Made Easy, Simple Visual Math. I have included links to my other videos. Please check them out. Thank you.